Hello there and welcome to the program. This is Energy and You, a show that brings you weekly developments in Nigeria's energy sector with a focus on NNPC Limited. I'm Egosa Igumbo. Coming up, in his first meeting with staff, Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPC Limited, Bayo Ojulari, vows to pursue the company's bold ambition and pledges to build an NNPC that will be the pride of Nigerians. And the new leadership of the energy company commits to transformational partnerships for industry growth. We'll bring you details in a moment. Stay with us.
NNPC, from what I have seen as a Nigerian sitting outside over the last couple of years, I've seen a significant improvements in the brand. The brand is beautiful. Communication is good. That's one of the big successes. Please, let's appreciate all those involved in the branding and the branding team and the overall marketing. Fantastic.
Thanks for joining us. Now, the new Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPC Limited has outlined his vision for the company, pledging to build an energy company that will be the pride of all Nigerians. Bayo Ojulari unveiled the vision at his maiden engagement with the management and staff of the company in Abuja.
In an engaging and insightful town hall meeting held at the company's headquarters in Abuja, Engineer Bayo Ojulari, Group Chief Executive Officer, GCEO NNPC Limited, demonstrated a deep understanding of the operations of the Nigerian petroleum industry and the weight of expectations from the company by its over 200 million shareholders. To this end, the GCEO pledged to pursue the company's bold ambitions and build it to become the pride of all Nigerians. He said it was a huge honor and responsibility to lead the NNPC Limited, describing it as an entity that means a lot to Nigeria and its future.
It's a great privilege. I think it's an opportunity to make NNPC as wealthy and as impactful as it can ever be.
He declared that under his stewardship, the company aims to attract sectoral investments worth $30 billion by 2027 and $60 billion by 2030, raise crude oil production to over 2 million barrels per day, sustained through 2027, and attain 3 million barrels by 2030. In the downstream and midstream sectors, he targets to expand refining output to 200,000 barrels per day by 2027 and 500,000 barrels per day by 2030, grow gas production to 10 billion cubic feet per day by 2027 and 12 billion cubic feet by 2030, as well as deepen energy access and affordability for all Nigerians. On the strategy to achieve these targets, Engineer Ojulari said the company will be focusing on reconfiguring its business structure for agility and value creation, conducting independent value assessments to inform data-driven decisions.
We cannot achieve that promised line with the current operating structure that we have. We cannot. That's very clear to me and the leadership team. So what we need to do is to ensure that we tweak the organization to perform. In some cases, we reorient the organization in terms of their focus and in terms of how they operate. For example, NEPL, great organization. I've seen the progress NEPL has made in recent time in terms of increasing production, improving reliability, targeting asset integrity. But NEPL has potential that is 10 times what it's doing today. 10 times. In terms of its potential, if you look at the asset base, if you look at its relationship and its partnerships, and you look at the resource base, NEPL has the potential to do 10 times. So the question is, do you get satisfied by making it 2 times, and you have achieved, or do you have? So we need to do some tweaking and decide on how we want to. I don't have the answers, but if you take a Saudi Aramco below the top headlines, or any of these companies, and look at the structures and the work processes, they are far, far different.
Mr. Ojulari described NNPC Limited as a renewed, forward-facing and future-ready organization that is proudly leading Nigeria's energy transformation. He charged the staff to be proud of the recent transformation of NNPC Limited, stressing that the next journey to becoming a fully fledged limited liability company will require the collective drive towards making it more transparent, profitable and accountable. The group CEO pledged to give all employees the space to be able to outperform competitors, deepen collaboration with NNPC in-house and national unions to build a stronger, trust-based relationship that reflects shared purpose and mutual respect. He, however, called on all staff to lead with integrity, act with urgency while bringing their very best to the table. With a focus on fostering transparency and open communication, Ojulari encouraged questions and feedback from members of staff, emphasizing the importance of collective input in driving the company forward. This approach provides context, highlights the GCEO's intentions, and encourages a sense of collaboration and community within the NNPC family.
Meanwhile, the new leadership of NNPC Limited is getting acquainted with critical stakeholders in the energy sector. The idea is to foster more collaboration that will help shape up its vision and mission for the company. In one of such engagements with the Minister of Petroleum Resources, discussions were held on how to forge strong and effective partnership with key players in the industry to be able to deliver on the strategic mandate given by President Bola Tinubu.
All of us feel quite privileged.
Mr. Bashir Bayo Ojulari there with his team on a courtesy visit to the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources Oil, Senator Heineken Lokpobiri. At this first-time engagement for the two stakeholders, fostering collaboration amongst all relevant institutions in the industry has been identified as key to NNPC's success, thereby hoping to break all bureaucratic bottlenecks that will accelerate the needed results for the company. Whilst reiterating the importance of a shared vision for progress and performance in the Nigerian oil and gas industry, NNPC's GCEO stated that his team is ready to collaborate with all stakeholders in the industry with the deep resolve to make a lasting impact.
First of all, is partnership with the Ministry of Petroleum, yourself and the gas, partnership with the Ministry of Finance, partnership with other ministries and other government agencies to ensure that we bridge the gap. We do not want to be known to be antagonists. The country doesn't benefit anything from that. So where there are issues, we are already working them and trying to make sure that we build the bridge. But in that case, is also why our partnership with the operating companies and the contracting company will be very, very different. Because we know what it requires. So our own is not to compete with the regulator. We are not a regulator, we're a business and we want to grow. We're not going to go into regulating companies. That's not where we're here to look at opportunities, look at growth, partner with those people, change the way we partner so that we can make quick decisions.
The Minister, Senator Heineken Lokpobiri, assured of the ministry's unwavering support and strategic guidance to provide the atmosphere for the leadership of NNPC to thrive and deliver on the national mandate. Senator Lokpobiri expressed strong confidence in the new executive team, noting the outstanding professional capabilities of each personality in the team.
You should know that you are going to be judged by the number of new investments you make. You are also going to be judged by the number of barrels that you produce. Not by the number of decisions that you take that have no effect on the industry. At this particular time, we need your team more than ever before.
The visit ended with a renewed spirit of partnership for the two stakeholders, with NNPC optimistic on the full support of the ministry. This is expected to birth a new chapter for the oil and gas industry, marked by purposeful collaboration, operational excellence, and a shared commitment to national development.
You're still watching Energy and You. We'll take a moment here, but when we return, NNPC Limited fosters stronger trade relations with the U.S. Stay with us.
We are the dynamic global energy company of choice, steering the course of Nigeria's biggest export industry. With years of commitment, delivering greater value and improving lives, NNPC is transformed to better meet your everyday energy need as the largest contributor to the Nigerian economy, generating clean, sustainable energy with integrity, excellence, and creating value for all stakeholders.
Energy for today, energy for tomorrow, energy for tomorrow. Come on, let's go.
You're watching Energy and You. NNPC Limited is fostering stronger trade collaboration and strategic partnerships between Nigeria and the United States. Group Chief Executive Officer of the company, Bayo Ojulari, stated this when he received the U.S. Ambassador to Nigeria, His Excellency Richard Mills Jr., at the NNPC Towers in Abuja. During the meeting, Mr. Ojulari acknowledged the remarkable improvements in NNPC Limited since its transition to a limited liability company.
Acknowledging the significant contributions and cooperation of the United States to Nigeria on all aspects beyond hydrocarbon energy mix, the Group CEO of NNPC Limited, Mr. Bashir Bayo Ojulari, welcomed the United States Ambassador to Nigeria, His Excellency Richard Mills Jr., to the Towers. Further appreciating the contributions of the United States to NNPC's transition journey to a limited liability company, the GCEO highlighted that America has been forthcoming during the company's conversation to fine-tune issues around the Petroleum Industry Act (PIA), renewable energy and sustainability. Mr. Ojulari said the visit of the ambassador was apt, coming at a time a new leadership has taken over the mantle at the company and is ready to collaborate with critical stakeholders in accelerating the successes recorded by NNPC post-PIA.
Just doing a bit of research, I found out that NNPC has gone very, very well compared to many other corporations around the world that have made the same transition. So I'm really, really proud of the progress that we have made. Where we are now is that we'd like to accelerate that. One of our own KPIs is to see how many of them come back within a very short time. And we're very serious about this, Your Excellency, because I think through the interactions we want to know what are those things that we need to do to create that.
Ambassador Richard Mills Jr. expressed pleasure at the appointment of the company's new leadership. He commended the vision of the GCEO for NNPC Limited, stating that it came at a time when the United States is also focused on improving relationships with its partners in areas of trade, commerce, and in particular, the hydrocarbon energy sector.
The door is open. We certainly have instructions at the embassy to be forward-leaning about how we can help U.S. businesses, whether in the energy sector, the construction sector, other sectors, engage and deeply invest in that.
The meeting between the two countries also brought to the fore the need to take all joint venture partnerships to a different new level. NNPC Limited is also optimistic that in no distant future, the goal of the company in getting positive feedback from its partners on its improved operational transparency and accountability will be achieved.
In a strategic move aimed at guaranteeing food security in Nigeria, the NNPC Foundation, the corporate social responsibility arm of NNPC Limited, has flagged off a nationwide agricultural training program designed to empower 6,000 vulnerable farmers across the 6 geopolitical zones with modern farming techniques. The training exercise, which was flagged off in Enugu State, had 1,000 smallholder farmers drawn from the 5 states of the Southeast geopolitical zone.
The need for food security in Nigeria cannot be overemphasized. This realization influenced NNPC's foundation's initiative to train and support farmers to enhance food production in the country. Speaking at the opening ceremony, the Executive Governor of Enugu State, Dr. Peter Mba, who was represented by the Commissioner for Agriculture and Agro-Industrialization, Honorable Patrick Ubru, lauded the NNPC Foundation for identifying agriculture as a viable path to sustainable development and for demonstrating corporate responsibility that transcends profit.
After training, we don't just allow the trainees to go. We give them startup kits. You understand? We follow them. We do what we call post-training assessment to ensure that they put what they have been taught into use, and to also ensure also that they don't just employ themselves. They employ at least 2 persons.
Also speaking at the launch of the program, the Managing Director of NNPC Foundation, Mrs. Emanuela Arukwe, stressed that the initiative aims to leverage agriculture as a vehicle for sustainable development, national productivity, and economic transformation. The NNPC Foundation helmsman, who was represented by Deputy Manager Education and Healthcare Programs, Mrs. Good News Willie, emphasized that NNPC's responsibility extends beyond providing energy security for the nation to include investing in the lives of everyday Nigerians.
The NNPC Foundation is dedicated to implementing impactful programs that align with national priorities. This initiative is part of our broader efforts to support the federal government's agricultural transformation agenda, which seeks to enhance food security, increase productivity, and improve livelihoods of smallholder farmers across Nigeria.
The training curriculum is carefully designed to expose the farmers to improved methods in soil and water management, organic fertilization, and the reduction of post-harvest losses. It also has modules on agribusiness development and market access, which will provide farmers with the tools to become competitive and sustainable in today's agricultural economy. To ensure alignment with regional agricultural calendars and maximize the program's impact, the initiative is executed in 2 phases in recognition of the differences in farming seasons across geographic zones in Nigeria. This is to ensure that the training reaches participants at the most suitable time for application and impact. The first phase covers the Southeast, South-South and Southwest zones. The second phase will be rolled out in the North Central, Northwest and Northeast regions. The initiative comes at a time when Nigeria grapples with alarming levels of food insecurity. It is against this backdrop that NNPC Foundation's program stands as a timely intervention embodying both urgency and strategic foresight.
NNPC Limited's Chief Corporate Communications Officer, Olufemi Shoneye, has added another feather to his cap after emerging as Spokesperson of the Year. He was given this recognition at the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations 2025 Awards for his strong ability to shape public opinion.
The reward for hard work is more work. This seems to be the motivating factor behind the emergence of the NNPC Limited spokesman, Mr. Olufemi Shoneye, as the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations NIPR Spokesperson of the Year 2025, the second time in his role as the Chief Corporate Communications Officer of the National Energy Company. He brushed aside other contestants in a keen contest by the nominees at the NIPR 2025 award held in Abuja on Wednesday, the 16th of April 2025. He defeated Shell Petroleum's Igo Welly, Nigeria Police Force spokesman ACP Olumuyiwa Adejobi, Cyfax Group Olumuyiwa Akonde, and Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency NIMASA spokesperson Mr. Osagie Edward to clinch the award. His triumph in the NIPR 2025 award started from the category of the Distinguished Spokesperson Oil and Gas, from which he outran Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN's Chief Chinedu Ukadike, and Shell Petroleum's Igo Welly. Reacting to the award, Mr. Shoneye expressed delight for the honor and dedicated it to his colleagues at NNPC.
This award reflects the dedication of our entire team, and we want to thank the NIPR for all they've been doing, and
Thank you all, as the God bless you all. Thank you.
Dr. Shuaibu Hussein, Chairman Adjudication Committee, said the award selection process was rigorous and demanding. Hussein, who was represented by a member of the committee, Lami Tumaka, said that Shonaya's victory was predicated on his communication skills, crisis management, and overall impact. He also affirmed that Shonaya's capacity to shape public opinion also stood him out from the crowd of other spokespersons. It would be recalled that Shonaya had in 2024 defeated the spokesperson of shell companies in Nigeria, Michael Adande, and that of Indorama Element Petrochemicals Limited, Dr. Josie Nkwocha, to clinch the Distinguished Spokesperson in Oil and Gas Award. Meanwhile, the Nigeria Union of Journalists (NUJ) FCT Council has congratulated Femi Shoneye on winning the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations (NIPR) Distinguished Spokesperson in Oil and Gas Sector Award for 2025. A press release signed by Jide Oyekunle, Secretary of NUJ FCT Council, stated, "Your outstanding leadership as Chief Corporate Communications Officer at NNPC Limited has set a new benchmark in corporate communications, brand penetration, and stakeholder engagement within the oil and gas industry." The NUJ FCT Council said it is proud to celebrate Shonaya's achievement, acknowledging the positive impact of his work on the industry. The Council wishes him continued success and inspiration to uphold the highest standards in his profession.
Time now for a summary of some trending international energy news for the week. Oil prices fell 1.5% on Monday, as investors once again focused on concerns that the U.S. tariffs on its trading partners will create economic headwinds that will reduce fuel demand growth. Brent crude futures slipped 97 cents to $66.99 a barrel. The Nigerian government has taken a step towards strengthening its gas sector regulatory framework through a partnership with the United Kingdom's Office of Gas and Electricity Markets. The partnership was sealed during a high-level meeting in London between the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Gas, Ekperikpe Ekpo, officials from the UK, and the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority. According to a statement signed by Ekpo's media aide, Louis Iber, the collaboration aims to enhance regulatory innovation and capacity development in Nigeria's gas sector, with a focus on domestic utilization, regional energy integration, gas-to-power projects, expansion of infrastructure through targeted investment and innovation, including pipelines and compressed natural gas networks. Meanwhile, a survey has shown that the reforms being carried out by President Bola Tinubu in the oil and gas sector will only attract investors if they are well implemented. A 2025 investor perception survey conducted by Arbiters Conferences in collaboration with Good Governance Africa provided a unified and urgent message to the Nigerian government and its oil and gas regulators. According to the survey, the Petroleum Industry Act and recent executive orders have sparked cautious optimism and increased investor interest, with over 75% of respondents rating the reforms positively. Asian governments are looking to buy more U.S. oil and gas as they scramble to lower their trade surplus with Washington in hopes of easing their tariff burdens under President Donald Trump's sweeping new import duties. Many Asian countries run large trade surpluses with the United States and are also major energy importers. Turkey says its daily natural gas production at its flagship Sakarya field in the Black Sea has reached around 9.5 billion cubic meters as the country ramps up its energy ambitions both at home and abroad. Energy Minister Alparslan Bayraktar told reporters that Turkey aims to finalize an agreement next month, allowing state energy firm TPAO and a foreign partner to explore a Black Sea block off the coast of neighboring Bulgaria. Russia's economy ministry has cut its forecast for the average price of Brent crude in 2025 by nearly 17% from what it saw the price would be this year in its September calculations. The ministry envisages in its baseline scenario of economic forecast for 2025 that the average price for Brent will be at $68 per barrel, down from the $81.7 per barrel it assumed in its September forecasts. And that's the show tonight. Thanks for joining us as always. If you missed any part of the show or previous episodes, you can catch up by scanning the QR code on your screen now. Remember to follow us on all our social media handles to get updates of all the activities of NNPC Limited. I'm Egusa Egumbo. We'll see you again.